here's your wrestling news for November 25th, 2022. And we're kicking off today with WWE, and earlier this year it was reported that Triple H plans to do away with stipulation pay-per-views, such as Hell in a Cell, and instead use stipulations when the storyline calls for it. While many fans are thrilled at the idea, Money in the Bank has proven to be one of WWE's most popular events, but under this new rule, could soon become a thing of the past. In an update from Fightful Select, it is said that they spoke to several members of creative and higher-ups and reported that while scrapping the Money in the Bank event isn't possible, the idea hasn't come across their desks as of yet. Whether it's at WrestleMania or at its own show, there's already been rumors that next year's men's Money in the Bank match will be won by LA Knight, as Triple H is said to be extremely high on the SmackDown superstar. When sources were asked, they were told that there were no definitive plans for Money in the Bank, adding that there wouldn't be such big plans for any show 8 months in advance. The same source said that if WWE wanted him to win so badly, they would have had him beat Austin Theory for the briefcase, which obviously did not take place. LA Knight may be impressive and thrown in the deep end with a feud with Bray Wyatt, but he's not guaranteed to hold the briefcase just yet, despite what some have said. We're looking ahead to WrestleMania now, as plans are slowly coming into place for WWE's biggest event of 2023. WrestleMania 39 will be the first showcase of the Immortals since Gunther was called up to the main roster, and WWE reportedly has a huge Mania debut for the Austrian powerhouse. According to Zero News, the current plan is for Gunther to face Brock Lesnar at next year's WrestleMania, though it's unclear if the Intercontinental title will be on the line. One idea being thrown around backstage is for Gunther, and likely the rest of Imperium, to eliminate Lesnar as part of the men's Royal Rumble match, setting up a feud between the two. Lesnar reportedly only has 2 matches left on his current WWE deal, so it looks like one will be against Bobby Lashley, possibly also at the Rumble if Brock pulls double duty, and the other will be against Gunther at Mania. Gunther has previously called Lesnar his all-time dream opponent, and this match will certainly be physical to say the least. But what do you think? Would you like this match? Let us know in the comments. Last month, The Kingdom made their debut for All Elite Wrestling mere weeks after their contracts with Impact Wrestling had expired. Before debuting for AEW, it was reported that WWE had shown interest in Maria Kanellis and her group, and there was apparently much more than just interest. In a new interview with Just Alex, Maria spoke about the rumors of a WWE return, saying that it was something that was definitely on the table. We definitely communicated with Triple H as our contracts were coming up with Impact Wrestling. And so, we did that, that courtesy conversation, and it went really well, and at the end of the day, I think AEW is the place that we belong. Maria had 2 runs with WWE, the first being from 2004 to 2010, and her second from 2017 to 2020 saw her become the first pregnant champion, winning the 24/7 title. Now Maria and the Kingdom are signed with Tony Khan as part of the Ring of Honor division, so expect to see more of them when that promotion finally gets a TV deal. Back to WWE, as Randy Orton has been out for over half a year now thanks to a back injury, and there's no suggestion that he'll be back soon. WWE had hoped for Orton to be recovered in time to challenge Roman Reigns at SummerSlam this year, but that of course did not happen, and now there's an update on the Viper. PW Insider has learned that Orton was recently spotted in Birmingham, Alabama, where many superstars with severe injuries have traveled to seek treatment. With Orton going to see the famed Dr. Andrews Institute recently, it implies that he is far from fully healed, and there's still no sign of his return. It was only a few days ago that Kim Orton, Randy's wife, shared an image from a hospital bed, and while the Legend Killer seemed in high spirits, he looked far from ready to get back in the ring. Orton is expected to miss the rest of 2022 and is likely to miss some of 2023, and while a Royal Rumble win would be one heck of a way to return, the future remains unclear for the Legend Killer. Next January, WWE will host their annual Royal Rumble event, which will mark the starting point on the road to WrestleMania 39. The Royal Rumble is one of WWE's Big 5 events, alongside Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and Money in the Bank, so it should come as no surprise that a huge name will be at the event. On his To Be the Man podcast, Ric Flair confirmed he will be at the Royal Rumble, and from the sound of things, WWE requested his appearance at the show. Not only that, but the Nature Boy also confirmed that he will be at Raw's 30th anniversary event, which will take place the week before the Rumble. I've been invited and it's an effing big deal. Why? Because it's a Raw and it's a big effing deal. I'm honored. Hell yeah. Are you kidding me? 30 years? How about that? Remember WCW Monday Nitro was going to destroy Raw? I can't even spell Nitro anymore, can you? We're putting you out of business, Vince. Good lord. For me, it'll be getting in there Sunday night, looking for Steve Austin, Undertaker, anybody in sight looking for a cool beverage. I'll be buying. Raw's 30th anniversary show will be Flair's first appearance for WWE since leaving in 2021, a decision he made over business and trademark issues with the company. It will also be his first appearance since the infamous Dark Side of the Ring episode on the plane ride from hell, which saw Flair be removed and later re-added to WWE's opening video. The winner of the 1992 Royal Rumble, Flair will be kept busy in January of next year, and with Rick teasing coming out of retirement, perhaps the dirtiest player in the game wants one more shot at headlining WrestleMania. At Full Gear, Saraya made her in-ring return after a nearly 5-year retirement, defeating Britt Baker in the English Star's debut match for AEW. Many thought this day would never come for Saraya, and some have even accused Tony Khan of rushing her medical clearance just to get a big match for the pay-per-view. That isn't the case, as on AEW Unrestricted, Saraya said she went to a doctor not associated with AEW to ensure that what they said was free from bias. I feel like I have to clear this up because I feel like the internet just creates their own stories about how I was cleared and who cleared me. So people think I went to multiple doctors. I didn't. I went to one doctor. You know, AEW doctors, Dr. Sampson, and also Tony Khan, they were like, we can't let you wrestle until we know you are 1,000% cleared. They did it the right way. It was after seeing a third-party specialist that Saraya had her neck checked out and was cleared to wrestle again, something she had been waiting on for years. Saraya said that her current plan is to wrestle once a month for now, but that this number could increase down the line, and we're wishing the Brit well now that she's back doing what she loves. Saraya is at long last a professional wrestler again, but that doesn't mean she hasn't learned from her 5 years away from the ring. While it's no doubt tempting for Saraya to have as many matches as she can, that isn't the plan, and the British wrestler will also be avoiding anything too dangerous. On that same podcast appearance, Saraya hit out at fans making assumptions about her who see her reluctance to take certain moves as a sign she's not cleared. On the contrary, Saraya is cleared, but also realizes the genuine risks that taking a German suplex or a piledriver will bring, and doesn't want to do any more damage to her neck. Saraya is thrilled to be wrestling again, but these are still early days in her return, and the last thing the former Divas champion needs is to take unnecessary risks. Back to WWE as Bobby Lashley has proven himself to be a megastar in the ring, becoming a 2-time world champion and decimating countless opponents. It was earlier this week that Lashley said that how when he was in Bellator, he turned down roles in Stranger Things and Mortal Kombat as he wanted his sole focus on being a fighter. Now though, Lashley's attitude has changed, as in an interview with Sidewalks Entertainment, the Almighty said he's been filming a reality show all about house flipping. Lashley explained that he loves to flip houses and work in real estate, but did not mention a name for the show or when it'll be aired. A reality show about house flipping may not be as big as Stranger Things or Mortal Kombat, but it's something Lashley clearly enjoys doing, and perhaps your next home will have an almighty stamp of approval. We're looking at the Thunder Rosa situation now, as her title reign ended during this week's Dynamite on a whimper, despite Tony Khan's best efforts to keep her as AEW Women's World Champion. After Rosa announced her injury, Toni Storm was crowned the interim AEW World Champion at All Out, but this too has been changed. As was explained on Wrestling Observer Radio, the plan is for Storm's reign not to be classed as an interim run, but to be seen as an official AEW Women's World title reign in its own respect. If that's the case, then it raises the question as to when did Rosa's reign actually end? Was it at All Out when Storm became the new Women's World Champion, or this week when her title was relinquished? All we know is that Toni Storm is an official Women's World Champion, but she'll no doubt hope to win the title again soon, in far less confusing circumstances. Thunder Rosa's time as AEW Women's World Champion has come to an end, and it didn't take long for the face-painted wrestler to react. On Twitter, Rosa thanked her Thunder Army for their support and said that while this isn't how she planned on losing the title, that AEW fans deserve a present champion. Had Rosa not relinquished the title, it would have been many more months before a unification match between the champion and interim champion, and now Thunder Rosa can focus her time on getting healed. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below.
Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.